Hi! I am really late today. Only 4 minutes, but still. Hold on. Am I live or not? Yes, I am. Okay. I know what happened. It just took a minute to appear on the screen, I think. Yeah. Okay, well anyways. Hi. I'm Heart of Unicornia, and I am currently floating in an empty void because I didn't have time to set up anything, so... yeah. I'm just gonna leave that how it is. I think it's fine. Now I'm gonna have to find the thing that I'm doing. Before streaming, I was making something. I didn't realize it would take so long to finish, and I didn't have time to set up the stream. It's okay though, because now I'm here. Okay, there. Just gonna move myself over a bit. And I think that should be good. Anyways, if you haven't figured it out already, today I'm going to be doing this personality test. I've done it several times in the past, but I'm kind of curious. What exactly will the result be if I do it this time, because it's been so many years, 1 year, since the last time I did it. I did it 4 times a year ago. So, let's see how much I've changed since 5 million years ago. 1 year ago. Okay. First question. You regularly make new friends. Well, that one's a bit complicated because the thing is, I do, but I don't. Like, I find people I want to talk to. I'm just too nervous to talk to them. So I guess the answer would be disagree? Yeah, disagree. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Yeah. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. Another complicated one, because the thing is, my emotions are pretty important, but then facts are too. I use both, so I guess a little bit agree. Your living and working spaces are clean and... oh no, definitely not. You should see my bedroom. Like, not the part that I use for Instagram stuff. Because there's my bed, and it always looks good when I do Instagram stuff, and I take pictures of things there and all of that. And then there's the rest of the room, just a pile of stuff all over the floor. So, disagree. You usually stay calm. That's a difficult one, because I do, but I don't. It depends. I can be calm, but I can also be really not calm. I guess disagree. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. Oh yeah, I am never gonna do that. That sounds horrible. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively. Wait, I should put the link to this in the description. Anyways, you plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Well, considering that I started this so late, I would say... nope. 4 minutes late? I'm terrible at this. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than the numbers or... yeah. Because I don't care if, I don't know, 5,000 people all agree with something. I'm gonna care more if I meet one person who agrees with something. Like, one person's experience is much more important than thousands of people I can't see. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Okay, so the thing about that is I do, but I don't actually do it. I start and I think, now I'm going to be so organized for the rest of my life. This is going to be great. And then 5 minutes later, there's stuff I didn't write down. And then a month later, it's like it never even happened. There's no list. So, yeah, kind of. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Disagree. because the way I do stuff is do it as quickly as possible, not as quickly as possible, but as efficiently as possible, mess up really badly, go back and fix it. Like when I was making, I don't know, the mask that I use for Instagram stuff, there were so many things that didn't work. And I don't like measuring things or planning stuff properly because that's too much work. So I just go back and fix it. And usually it's pretty easy to fix. So I make a lot of small mistakes. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone? Oh no! I do not just walk up to people and talk to them. That is scary. I don't know how people can do that. You're not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. I don't know. Never thought about that. Prioritize facts over people's feelings. Okay, I have no idea, so I'm just gonna click the one in the middle. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Yeah. Because the thing is, I plan stuff, but if I plan stuff, it's not gonna work. I don't do the stuff I've planned, so I don't even bother to do it anymore. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Oh, I would say disagree. There are so many times that I'll talk to someone and then later I'll think about everything that I did wrong. It's awful. You enjoy participating in team-based activities? Yeah, I do. Mostly. Usually. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. Yeah. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest? No. Because lying to make someone feel better is the easiest way to ruin friendships and all sorts of other things. Because yeah, there are some situations where you shouldn't tell the truth because it's not necessary and it'll just make people unhappy, but most of the time, if you don't want to tell someone something because it might make them feel bad, it's actually because you don't want to feel bad and it's going to be difficult to tell them, and then they find out anyways, and then you just ruined a friendship that's very important or other things like that. And I don't think it's worth it to just... Yeah. Emotions are important, but being honest is also important, so I would be honest first. I don't know if that made any sense at all. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Oh, I know what's missing. I just realized something was missing from my stream and I just figured it out. The chat. You're not going to be able to see it, but as soon as someone comments something, it should be there. But anyways, yeah, I knew something wasn't right. I knew something was really wrong. Something was missing. It was too easy to set this up. Now we'll see if there are comments. Maybe. I think someone did comment something, but it's not showing up. I'll check YouTube. Oh yeah, there are comments! Hi! I see your comments. Sorry I didn't see them before. I forgot to put the chat on the screen and I was looking at the screen and there was nothing there, so I didn't notice. The princess just forgets about us way too fast. Yeah, sorry about that. I started later than I was planning to, 4 minutes late, and I tried to start as quickly as I could because I was already late and I forgot to do some things, so yeah, sorry. Where? Wait. Comments are still not appearing. Okay, if that shows up on the screen, the thing I just commented, then it's working. If not, then it's not. I don't see it. I did something. Oh, it's under the Vtuber thing. That's why. Fixed it! Okay, now everything should be fine. Now I've set it up properly. That's better. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. I'm not sure about that one. Kind of agree. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Yeah. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. No, I like doing things with other people. Kind of. Actually, that's complicated because I really like doing stuff with other people, but I also like having some time alone. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. Disagree. That's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm just not good at writing. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects? I don't know what sentence I just read. I'm gonna have to read that again. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding emotional aspects. I don't know. How many personalities do you think you would get? I bet you can get at least 4. No, I'm gonna get 1. Wait, I stopped moving. What happened? Why did I freeze? Now I'm moving again. Why was I not moving before? What happened? That was very strange. Did you see that? Or was that just on my screen? Anyways, you prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax? Disagree. I will wait until there's no time left to do something, and then I'll do it. Speaking of that stuff, there's something I kind of need to do today, plus I have a video to finish. But instead, I made something, and it is a very interesting thing. Not really, it's not at all interesting. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over... Oh, disagree. If I'm right and you're wrong, I'm going to tell you that I'm right and you're wrong, no matter how I feel about you and how you're going to feel. Well, unless I'm arguing with a really young child, because if I'm arguing with a child, then I'm probably going to stop, because I shouldn't be arguing with a really young child. But yeah, I'm not very good at letting people think they're right when they're not. Anyways, you usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. Yeah. I'm not gonna walk up to someone I don't know. Your mood can change very quickly. Yeah, it can. I don't know why, though. It's very weird. Actually, it's really weird because, like, for an entire day, everything will be great, and then 5 seconds later, this is terrible, the world is ending. But then the rest of the day was great, so I don't know why I feel like the world is ending now. Very weird. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. Disagree. A little bit. You often end up doing things at the last possible... Yes! That is me. This sentence describes me perfectly. I never do stuff until there's no time to do it. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas? Kind of. You usually prefer to be around others? Yeah. I do need time alone, but I also really like to be with other people. Usually. Yeah, usually. There are times that I'd rather just be by myself. Maybe I should just click this one. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets theoretical? No. When facts and feelings... Wait. Because this has the word heart in it, I should say I agree because my name's Heart. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I don't really have to make a lot of important decisions that involve facts and feelings at the same time. Usually it's one or the other. And it's, I feel like I should do this, but I feel like I should do this. So which one do I do? Or, I know I have to do this, but I also know I have to do this, so which one should I do? So I guess just the middle. Because not really either. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule? Yeah. So many times I've canceled streams because I just forgot. I'm gonna need to get a job soon because I'm an adult now and I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. Also, I stopped going to school, so I really do need a job. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Disagree. I think about everything a lot. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. Also disagree. Kind of. Wait. How would you describe me? Would you describe me as lively and outgoing? Aren't you a ruler? Isn't it common in your job to take difficult descriptions? Wait. I think I read that wrong because I do not understand at all. I might be tired. Again, I'm always tired. Aren't you a ruler? Yes, I am. Isn't it common in your job to take difficult descriptions? Difficult stuff. Yeah, I'm confused. Anyways, next question. You are drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. Yes, I like creative stuff. I don't know if you noticed this, but I like art and being creative and making things and drawing, and it was the autocorrect. Oh, okay. So it did make sense until it got changed to something that didn't. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. Facts, not emotions? I don't know. You are pretty lively and outgoing with us, but I feel you are just lively but not outgoing. Yeah, maybe. That question is difficult. Because, I don't know. It's kind of like I talk very loudly, and I say a lot of stuff, and I move my head a lot, because, obviously, I'm a Vtuber. Vtubers are supposed to do that, but then, I don't know. Yeah, that's... I don't even remember what I answered for that one. I'm late? Yeah, you are late. I feel like I should have said something completely different. I think I need to say more than just, yeah, you're late. I'm tired. I'm too tired to think. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Disagree. No, agree. I like to have one in the middle, because I like to have one, but I don't do it. You rarely feel insecure. I'm not sure. Not sure about that one. I'm just gonna click the thing in the middle because I don't know. You avoid making phone calls. Yeah, I hate phone calls. If someone needs me to call them, or else I will die, I will not call them. I'd rather die. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. Maybe. You can easily connect with people you have just met. Kind of. I don't know. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Kind of. Not really. Please do not die. Well then, please do not call me when there's something really important and I'll die if I don't answer, because I won't answer. Although I feel like if there was a real situation where I did have to call someone, I could probably do it. I just really don't want to. Phone calls are awful. It's so weird, because you're talking to someone and all the other people in the house hear what I'm saying, because it's not like the walls are soundproof, so people hear that I'm talking to nobody, and then the person I'm talking to can't see me, and it's just so weird. You are still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago? Yeah. I never forget anything. Although I'm also still bothered by the fact that a friend stole a dolphin from me. We had these pink fake dolphins, and we each had one and mine was better and they stole mine. They switched them. And I still think that's really annoying. You are not too interested in discussing theories or what the world could look like in the future. Disagree. Because that's interesting. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I don't know about that either. Because I have emotions, and I do decide stuff based on emotions sometimes and not real decisions. Maybe agree a little bit? Maybe this one. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what is... No. Feelings are important, but if I'm making a decision and it's my decision to make, then I don't care. Oh, more comments that I can't see now because one of them's past the edge of the screen. I'm gonna move that down a bit so I can read it. Adult people need to do calls, so you will have to get used to it at work, at home, outside. That sounds awful! I don't want to be an adult. Can I just not be an adult and not call people? It would be so much easier to just be a child again, not have to do anything. Phone calls are horrible, I hate them. That reminds me, when in kindergarten some girl painted on my paintings and I still hate her, but I haven't seen her in forever. People are so annoying sometimes. But also, why would someone paint on someone else's painting? That's weird. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Yes! I'll have a great idea. I'll start the idea, be so excited to do it. A day later, I don't care. So I have to do stuff as quickly as possible. I told her to watch it while I used the washroom and she painted on it. So, you painted something, and you asked someone to watch it for you so that nothing would happen to it, and they just painted all over it. That sounds really annoying. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take for them to feel disappointed in you. That sounds kind of like the thing I described a long time ago in a stream. I was talking about the reason I wanted to quit, but then I didn't quit. And I said stuff like, I feel like people are gonna think I'm lying about stuff and decide they don't actually like the videos I'm making and stuff, and they were just wrong when they thought they did. So yeah, I guess I agree with that. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time? No, I don't want to be alone all the time. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? It's not a waste of time if it's fun. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places? No, I do not like being surrounded by a lot of people. I like being around people, but I don't like being in crowded spaces or like loud crowded spaces where you can't hear what people are saying and you have to pretend you can hear them because they're talking to you. I hate it. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. I don't know. I feel like I usually think first because I question everything I'm doing, but I'm not sure. You often feel overwhelmed. It depends. Because, like, if I'm in a crowded space full of people, like I was talking about a second ago, then yeah, I would be, but I'm just gonna say I kind of agree. You complete things without skipping over any... No. Today, the thing that I was doing that made me late, I did it wrong because... Just because. It's just easier sometimes to do something kind of right and skip steps and just do it as quickly as you can because then you'll get it done. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Yeah. No. Maybe. I don't know. I like creative things, but when someone's telling me what to do, I like to know what they're telling me to do. So I mostly agree. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning. No. You struggle with deadlines? No. Without them, I'd do nothing. I can only do stuff if it has to be done at a certain time because that's when I can do it. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Yeah, because when things don't work, you fix them. I fix them. Yeah. When I'm trying to do something and it doesn't work, I will figure out how to make it work, and eventually, it works. If you keep trying to do things, usually you figure it out. Why'd I get the green one? I don't want to be green. Yeah, it's easier to fix the rest later as long as it's nothing critical. Yeah, if it's something really important, then I don't just do things wrong because obviously, for important things, it's better to do it properly. But when it's not that important, it's just like small things, just fix them later. Anyways, I'm gonna read this. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. Weird. That rhymes. I don't like that because it sounds like someone's trying to make it sound like it sounds good. But it does sound good. It just sounds like it's supposed to. That makes no sense. Pretend I didn't say anything. Because I have no idea what I just said. I don't understand what I said, and you probably don't either. You possess a rich inner world brimming with imagination, empathy, and idealism. Boring. Creativity, boring stuff. 68% an introvert. Yeah, it's always somewhere near the middle when I do it. Because I say I like to be with people, but I like to be alone. Wait, it says stuff about it. You likely prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions. Yeah, kind of. Although the thing is, I like to be with people a lot. Like, I want to be with people all the time. But then I do need time alone. It's... yeah, somewhere in the middle, just like that one. Intuitive. What does that mean? Imagination and thinking. Yeah, I think a lot. Feeling instead of thinking. No, I just said I think a lot. This whole thing is wrong. Emotional expression, empathy, working together. Reminds me of a group project I had to do at school once. Someone had to make a logo for a business, and they used AI, and they lied about it. And at the very end of the project, I told the teacher about it, and I did very well in that class because of that project. So that's good. F is very on the middle. Maybe you are thinking instead of feeling. Yeah, it is close to the middle, even more than the first one. So I guess I could be both. What does that word mean? I have never heard that in my life. You're likely very... why does it keep doing this? You're likely very adaptable, easygoing, and flexible. Prioritizing... I don't know about that. I'm not sure. I don't like when I know what I'm doing and someone else decides it's different. I like when I decide it's different, but not when other people say, surprise, you can't do the stuff you were doing. You're gonna do something else. Very disappointed that the princess only got 2 personalities. Well, guess what? I'm gonna be doing this again on the other channel as Red, and we're gonna see how different that is. And then I'm also gonna do it again as the 3rd character eventually. So I will have more than however many I've done. Although, I might end up with the same results every time. I hope I don't. That sounds disappointing. I want to be more interesting than that. Self-conscious, sensitive to stress, success-driven, perfectionist, and eager to improve. Huh. I mean, I guess that's true. Doesn't sound very good there, though. Do I want an email? No, I don't. This is so boring. Do I have to read all of it? Despite these challenges, your unwavering commitment to your ideals. Why does it use such boring, science-y words? It sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like they did science stuff. I wanted to just say, here's a list of things about you. And then in the simplest words possible, here's some stuff that's about you. Like, I can read the boring science stuff. It's just so boring to read. And reading it out loud is weird. Because I don't say these words. Although, I have realized the way I speak is very strange. I use formal words and really casual words. Like, I will say a sentence that's like, therefore, things and stuff. Like, oh, I say like a lot now. I didn't know I did that. I'm never gonna talk again. Actually, I want to keep talking, so just pretend that I did that. Pretend I'm not talking. Okay, what does this say? Rich inner life, demands of the external world, boring, career. It's gonna tell me what job to get? Wait, does it? Creativity, counseling, teaching, writing, or the arts. I could write, and I could do art. I don't want to be a teacher, because being a teacher sounds stressful. Like, imagine you have to be able to somehow get a bunch of children to do what they're supposed to be doing and actually learn stuff when they don't even want to be at school and they'd rather just do fun things. An art teacher, that sounds awful. Because, think about it. Imagine you're teaching people art. And you have to somehow figure out how to tell them if their art is good or bad. But, like, art's a creative thing. How do you even do that? That sounds stressful. And I'd feel bad about it if I said, this amazing drawing you made, actually it's terrible, you fail. Your art is bad. I can think outside the box, and I have empathy. Those are both true. Oh, more things about me? I don't want to pay for it. My Vtuber thing froze again. Am I still moving? I can't see. Now I am. Okay. Strengths. I understand. I think. And I'm a mirror. What does that mean? Your idealistic expectations may hinder practical decision-making and achievable... Oh, so that means... Why is my Vtuber model frozen again? Is it actually frozen? Now it's not frozen. Wait. I kind of want to pay for this just so that I can see this. It would be interesting. Personal growth. More boring stuff. I'm not going to read that. Strengths. Reflective. So I'm a mirror again. And a bunch of other things. It was frozen. I have no idea how that happened. It's not worth it. Yeah, especially if I'm doing it as multiple different characters later. I shouldn't pay for it. I've never paid for it before. I do really want to see that stuff, though. I'll just pretend it's not even there. I won't think about it. I'll just pretend I never saw it. There's nothing there to pay for. so I had no reason to pay for it. Self-critical thoughts. You easily overlook your achievements? That's not true. Is that true? That could be true. Wait, difficulty setting boundaries. Your compassionate nature may lead you to exhaust yourself accommodating others' needs. No. That would never happen. The thing is, I care about people, but you're supposed to think you're the most important person in the world when you're a teenager. And since I'm still a teenager, I'm just gonna pretend that I think I'm the most important person in the world. No. Actually, the thing is, I care about people, but I'm not gonna do stuff that's going to make it difficult for me to continue doing things. Like, I don't know. If someone needs something and they ask me to help and there's nothing I can do, I'm not gonna try because I know there's nothing I can do, and I'm just gonna tell them there's nothing I can do, usually. So, I think that's wrong. I'm not sure though. Haven't really thought about it. I can answer this one. The things that make me tired are everything for some reason. Why is the Vtuber frozen again? Maybe it can't see my face. Oh, I fixed it. In relationships, I seek deep, meaningful connections, boring, more boring stuff. Wait, challenges in relationships. Conflict, disappointment. I'm bad at communication. Okay, that's boring. Apparently I'm good at listening to people. And I'm nice. And wait, weaknesses in a relationship. Avoiding conflict. I just said earlier that I don't avoid conflict. Like, I don't lie to people because they'll feel bad if they know the truth. I just tell them the truth. So, avoiding conflict, that's wrong. Neglecting your needs, wrong. Insecurity in new situations. Yeah, maybe that one. Idealizing connections. You sometimes hold relationships to unrealistic standards. I mean, that hasn't happened yet. Why is the thing frozen again? What is happening? It has something to do with this website. Because every time I click off the website, it goes back to normal. Okay, this one could be true. Sensitive to rejection. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, that's everything. There's nothing here, just an empty space with nothing here. Nothing to pay for, so I'm just gonna go back up and I'll read this one. In relationships, you seek deep, meaningful connections that honor your need for authenticity and personal growth. Your empathy and intuitive understanding of others make you a compassionate friend and partner capable of forming bonds that go beyond surface-level interactions. You have a gift for creating safe spaces where others feel understood and accepted. I have no idea if any of that is true. However, your idealistic nature can sometimes lead to challenges in relationships. You may struggle with conflict or become disappointed when others don't live up to your high expectations. Learning to communicate your needs effectively, set healthy boundaries, and accept others as imperfect beings is crucial for building lasting, fulfilling relationships. I don't remember anything I just read. What does that even... I'm gonna have to read that again. Learning to communicate your needs effectively, set boundaries, and accept people as imperfect is important. But why? Why can't I just be in a relationship with the most perfect person in the world? That sounds so much better than someone not being perfect. While you value close connections, you also need time alone to recharge. That's true! I do need time alone. Oh, anyways, I have to end the stream right now because people just got back. Bye!